starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Delayed But Not Denied, the podcast, where I am your host, Latanya Littlejohn. Tonight, we will be discussing caring for an aging parent. Um, but before I start, I would like to read a Bible verse that I found concerning your parents. And it's Proverbs 23 and 22. Listen to your father who gave you life, and do not despise your mother when she is old. So, those close to me know that my mom right now is in the hospital. She is on her third trip to at a hospital stay this year. She's dealing with Lewy body dementia, Parkinson's disease, and neuropathy. Right now, we are in the middle of dealing with nursing home neglect. So I'm trying to do my due diligence as her daughter to get all of this done. The reason for my topic tonight, I'm adopted, and a lot of people that are adopted and know that they're adopted feel a disconnect with their adoptive parents, where I often have felt very disconnected from my family as a whole being adopted. Um, as I was saying, my mom is going through what she's going through. She's had a couple of strokes, a couple of heart attacks. She hasn't always been the nicest person, but lately, um, I've been getting a side of her that I've been longing for majority of my life, and it's been it's been different but accepted to receive the love that she's given so freely now that I've longed for my entire life. She adopted me at 18 months old, and so I've been trying to win her over, I would say, um, majority of my life. So to be her caregiver now that she's older. My mom is 84. Yes, 84 years old. Um, God willing, she'll be 85 in December. Um, Life has not always been easy or fair for her or myself, for that matter. But we do what we can, and we try to put one foot in front of the other and just keep moving. Um, I also wanted to read some things I found about caring for your elderly parent. And it says caring for aging parents can involve managing their health, finances, and emotional well being. It's important to involve your parents in the planning process and prioritize communication to understand their needs and wishes. Here are some tips for caring for aging parents. Get help. Trying to care for parents alone can lead to stress and burnout. Consider asking family and friends to check in, investing in monitoring technology like alarms or GPS tracker. So for me, she has a constant circle of myself, my son, my aunt, and a cousin. And we all try to jump in where we can. She also has people from her outside world, from when she used to be a caregiver. They check in on her, and I'm forever grateful for them, that the fact that they're still keeping in touch with her long after their parents have passed away. Um, It also says access home safety, work with a geriatric care coordinator to access home safety, develop a plan to help prevent fall and other dangers. So, right now, the hard part of my journey with this is knowing that there's nothing that I can do to ease her pain. She's constantly hurting. She's crying now. I've never seen my mom cry. She's tough as nails. But seeing her cry now and beg people not to touch her has been really, really hard, really hard. And this is what I'm seeing is possibly the beginning stages of what's to come next, the inevitable. Um, prior, prioritize. God, I can't talk. Communication. Communication can help strengthen your bond and understand your parents' needs and wishes. Take care of yourself. Caring for someone can be emotionally and physically draining, so it's important to take care of your own health. Include your parent. Involving your parent in the planning process can help them feel less like they're losing control. My mom has always been one that likes to be in control of everything, her finances, her health, just her everyday life, and being in a situation where she's having to depend on people to help her out has been like the greatest struggle for her. Right now, she's not able to walk, and she's in physical therapy, but walking is not, I guess, something that she's going to be able to get back to. Dealing with everything that she's dealing with, the effect that it's had on me emotionally has been hard, just watching her go through all of that. And as I said before, not being able to fix any of it for her. It's definitely not easy watching her in pain. And then with her having Lewy body dementia, she goes in and out with different things in her head. She doesn't know where she is sometimes, and oftentimes she just she'll repeat herself a lot. And I wanted to explain what Lewy body dementia was. Lewy body dementia is an umbrella term for two similar and common subtypes of dementia with Lewy bodies and Parkinson's dementia. Both are characterized by changes in thinking, movement, behavior, and mood. Um, Behaviors associated with Lewy body dementia include sleep disturbances like acting out dreams, mood, psychiatric changes such as depression or apathy, cognitive fluctuations with periods of confusion and alertness. People with LBD may also exhibit hallucinations and delusions, leading to behaviors like believing a loved one is an imposter or food is poisoned. Involuntary movements such as shuffling gait, balance problems, and difficulty with coordination also contribute to higher risk of fall. These are things that my mom have definitely been dealing with, as far as her feeling like somebody's out to get her. Um, she felt like some of the people at the nursing home was trying to unalive her. Um, she does have the shuffling gait where she rocks back and forth for her steps or whatever. But sleep and movement behaviors, um, acting out dreams, which can include yelling or violent movements while asleep. Excessive daytime sleepiness, sleeping for long periods of time during the day. She does that a lot. Um, and she sleeps so much during the day. When she's up at night, you're trying to calm her down to get her to relax and go to sleep. But oftentimes it's just a battle with her, not knowing what's going on around her. So it keeps her with questions. Um, and it's been really hard, really, really hard. And again, I was talking about the shuffling gait and balance problems. A shuffling walk with an increased risk of fall. She does walk with assistance as far as like a cane or a walker. She has tremors, and that's shaking or, sometimes muscle stiffness. Difficulty swallowing. Right now, she doesn't have that problem. They do have her on a soft diet where she's just eating um, very, very soft and fine food. She doesn't like it. She wants to eat pig feet and chitlins, is what she told me yesterday. But prayerfully, we'll get back to that. Hopefully, she'll be able to enjoy the things that she once enjoyed before, before again the inevitable. Um, Her cognitive and perceptual behaviors, mental function fluctuations, periods of alertness and attention that vary throughout the day, visual hallucinations, seeing things that are not there, which can be detailed and sometimes interactive. That's the hard part for me because she's constantly telling me that she sees these children around her and they're playing and she's laughing at them and she's pointing at them like she can literally see these kids, and she doesn't know who they are. Because I've asked, who are they? Whose children are they? She don't know who they belong to, but they keep her quite entertained. Seeing things that are not there, which can be detailed and sometimes interactive, holding firm false beliefs such as the idea that a spouse is having an affair or a loved one has been replaced by an imposter, difficulties with decision making, problem solving, and staying focused, mood and psychiatric behaviors, depression, a persistent feeling of sadness and loss of interest in activities. She's been dealing with depression for quite a while. She has no desire to participate in a lot of everyday things, and just being there for her and trying to include her into things. And she enjoys playing bingo, but lately she hasn't been in a mood for playing bingo. She really has a desire to get back to going to church, which I am also hopeful that she'll be able to get to where she wants to go. um, Anxiety, a feeling of worry or nervousness, apathy, a lack of interest in social activities in daily life. She has definitely been anxious. She gets anxious when it comes to my son and my granddaughter. She's always asking where they are, how they are, and she wonders if they're okay all the time. And I have to constantly remind her that they're fine. Oftentimes, which leads to video calls or phone calls so that she can talk to them or hear them or see them rather, so that she knows that they're fine. Um, Agitations and restlessness, easily becoming upset, restless, and shouting out. I haven't experienced that with her, but nurses have said that she has had some moments of agitation where she's basically fighting them off from touching her, or she's told me that they told her I was there and I wasn't, and she was tired of them lying to her and whatnot. But I say all of this to say, I've heard older people say that you're an adult once in your life and twice a child. And I never understood that. But now it's all like coming full circle, and I get it. Um, as she gets older, she needs someone to take care of her in the same sense a baby would. And it's hard watching the person that raised you go through life altering behaviors and health issues, and going to my mom was a big lady at one point in her life, and now she is probably 115 pounds, if that. um, so just trying to keep her in good spirits has been my job. That has been my job, just trying to make her happy, keep her safe, and um, just being there for her. I would also like to say, for anybody who has a loved one in a nursing home, please make it your business to go check on your people. Don't take them there and just drop them off and leave them, um, because you wouldn't want that done to you. My mom is dealing with some nursing home negligence, and she's been moved twice, and this will be her third move, and hopefully her last, um, because I'm at a point where I just want to bring her home with me, but I know that I can't take care of her myself because I have health issues. But so those of you who know the Lord in words of prayer, I ask that you keep my family lifted in your thoughts and prayers right now, because we are definitely going through it, traveling from Georgia to South Carolina um, as often as time and life permits has been a challenge. We just did a turnaround trip yesterday. We were told that my mom had a seizure, which she did not. Um, According to the hospital, they said that she did. But we went and we had to hang out with her for a while just to lay eyes on her and see what she had going on and things like that. So yeah, it's been a very emotional roller coaster ride, if I had to say anything about it. um I do treasure the moments of time that I do get with her where we're not in a space of arguing and fighting and just being on opposing teams, I like to say. But right now, she needs me and I need her. And so being able to be that constant for her has been life changing for me. Just being able to see everything she's going through and going through it so gracefully. But yeah, that is what I'm currently dealing with. So I wasn't planning on staying on too long. So I'm gonna go because I know that the hospital will be calling me shortly with updates or whatever, and I need to be where I can receive phone calls and handle my mother's business in the way that she would want me to. So, with that being said, I thank you all for tuning in tonight. I will be back on the fourth Friday of this month with my co host, Miss Najit Scott, Miss Dee Dee. And until then, you all be blessed and have a wonderful night. I love you all.